What a journey we have been on so far with Aston Villa. The treble is still on as we go in search of our first trophy in the series. Welcome back, my friends, to our career mode journey here with Aston Villa. As always, a huge thank you for all of your support. I hope you're all feeling fantastic and having an awesome day. If you missed the previous episode, go back, check it out because it was insane. So much happened. At this moment in time, we're like 27, 28 games unbeaten in the Premier League. It's incredible the run we are going on. But to show you how we start the episode, and I'm hoping by the end of it we'll have reached, or at least won the Premier League and reached 2 finals, because the Premier League standings at the moment, 3 points clear of United with a game in hand. That game will be played against Arsenal. They play the day before us against Brentford. So it's not quite our game in hand, if you will. The FA Cup draw sees us take on Manchester City in the semi-finals. We've been here twice before. We've been knocked out twice before. I don't want to go for a third time of being knocked out. Cambridge and Forest is the other tie going on there. And for the Europa League, we've beaten Freiburg, we've beaten Dortmund, we've beaten Lazio, and we find ourselves playing against Atalanta in the semi-finals. Salzburg and PSV is the other game going on. For now, though, that's all we've got to show you. Sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy today's episode. First up, it's Arsenal at home. We want the victory. Will we get it? Let's find out. We do. A 2-0 victory. Watkins and Szoboszlai with the goals in a convincing performance as well. What happened with United? They beat Brentford, so they stay 3 behind us. Leicester's up next. We want to continue our form. Please don't slip up here. Then we play our first game of the day as we take on Manchester City in the semi-finals. 2-1 victory. Watkins scoring twice. Tell you what, Ollie Watkins, man. Thank you so much for your goals in this series. The first season, he was heroic in getting us into the Champions League, and he scored some vitally important goals for us so far in this series. Now, unfortunately, ahead of this semi-final of the FA Cup, we are going to be forced into a number of changes because of fitness issues. So Douglas Luiz comes in for Thuram, Robbie comes in for De Ketelaere, Bailey comes in at the right wing spot for Szoboszlai, Walker-Peters and Diego Carlos come in for Reece James and Ezri Konsa. City's team on the left for you there. I feel like we've played Man City so many times, they're almost like the team to beat. Although this season in the Premier League, that's not been the case. They may have had their struggles this season, Manchester City, but they are still the side that everybody knows about and knows how good they are. Here is Haaland, already looking for a chance. Phillips is in and Phillips scores. It's taken 5 minutes and it's the opening goal of the game here in the semi-finals. And I wonder, can I just say, by the way, Kyle Walker-Peters here. I was trying to get goal side of Calvin Phillips, but he beat me to the ball. I don't know why City are struggling so much. You saw how good their team is. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to City this year, but when I saw the draw for this, by the way, it was a 1 in 3 chance. Forest, Cambridge or City. Of course we had to get Man City. Robbie combines with Watkins. Well then, this could be an immediate equaliser for Ollie Watkins. It is. What's happening? What is going on? How is it they make it look so easy going forward? Maybe that's why City are struggling this season. Look at their defence there. It was atrocious. That's why they're struggling. They might be the same team going forward. They're certainly not going in defence. Bellingham, Haaland combining with a 1-2. Jude Bellingham has got Haaland making a move through the middle. Bellingham now, though, wants to play the pass. Walker-Peters should get to this loose ball and does. Foden picks his pocket, though. Foden's picked his pocket. Foden back for Haaland. Oh, no. Erling Haaland does not miss those. It felt like Walker-Peters was in quicksand. I don't know. Foden picks his pocket. He did well initially, Walker-Peters, to get there, but Foden's very quick. And we just don't really seem to be at the races inside the first 10 minutes defensively. Bellingham, Phillips, forwards, cashes in quickly. Now plays Grealish. Grealish has got Brobby making the move. Jack Grealish for Brobby. Brian Brobby into the Man City penalty area. Brobby's effort straight at Ederson. It will be a corner. But again, defensively, lacklustre both sides. Really, really poor in the defence. Corner ball in. Rice gets there. What a save by Ederson. Yeah, this is going to be a high chance game, I sense. Bailey delivers the corner again to the near post. This time it's Grealish. And this time it's held by Ederson. But already inside 25 minutes, we've seen 5-6 chances for both sides. Well, altogether, not like 5 each. You know what I'm saying. Rice trying to control it, lost it, and now Haaland is away. He's got Mark Gay trying to get back towards him, and Mark Gay can't make the challenge, and here's Foden, and it's Martinez to bail out Aston Villa, not for the first time. Defending's just not something that either team want to do, it seems. Here is Cancelo. Skipping round Douglas Luiz. Now into the middle. Kakai scored. It's 3-1. Why did we have to get City in the semi-final? Not like losing to them in the final would have been any better, but you know what I'm saying. I've just now decided I don't want to win the FA Cup in this series. I don't want to win it because I don't want to win it. Not because I can't, but because I don't want to win the FA Cup. How about that? Rodri's little ball back. Kakai finds the top corner. 3-1 City. City corner. Foden to deliver. Rice was the closest player. Leon Bailey has it now for Aston Villa. Bailey to carry us out. Heavy touch. Invites Foden to make the challenge, but luckily we've still got it. Watkins. Now Matty Cash. Cash. Forward to Brobby. Brobby controls. Plays it back for Cash. Matty Cash. There'll be no offside flag. He has to find the finish. Cash! He does! Right before half-time. Man City 3. Aston Villa 2. 5 goals in the first half. Split 3-2 to City. This is insane. I don't mind playing games where there's lots of chances. I just wish we could defend a bit better. But then again, the way City knock around this ball is so quick that it's hard to get close to them. But they're finding the same thing. Attack on the day seems to be the way. One change at half-time as Talbot is on for Grealish due to fitness reasons. Half-time scoreline elsewhere. Currently, Cambridge 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Are Cambridge going to an FA Cup final? Here is Brobby. Brobby trying to lift it the way of Douglas Luiz, who was almost in for Aston Villa. We're not out of this game yet. Do not count us out yet. We certainly can come back in this. Douglas Luiz again to Leon Bailey. Brobby's made the move. Bailey holds onto the ball for the moment. Now plays it the way of Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz trying to wait for the runners. City have it back. Bellingham can play forward to Foden. Foden's ball over the top for Haaland. He's up against Mark Gay. And Gay's just going to try and make sure he can't get the shot away. Great defending. Rice. Douglas Luiz. Brobby. Brobby. Brian Brobby. We've seen him here before. Brobby. Brobby. I love football. It's 3-3 at Wembley. What a semi-final we're seeing. Oh, the story that we're going on with this Villa side is mental. And I'm here for every single second of it. Can you believe this, my friends? I said it, defending is just non-existent. 6 goals! Oh no, I've just realised. If it stays like this, we're going to extra time and penalties. Surely not again. Surely not. Douglas Luiz turning away. Brilliant little turn. Now finds Talbot. The game has opened up well and truly here. And Talbot's got Cash. Cash is in the box. Matty Cash! It's 4-3! Aston Villa are going to the FA Cup final as it stands. How did the shot beat Ederson? You cannot write football. This is an insane game. Talbot, so much time, so much space. I've already said about the defending. I don't know what's happened here today, but both sides have not shown up in that regard. Cash's effort. Ederson, he should do better. I'm not denying that, but I don't care. It feels like finally this is our year. After 2 failed attempts in the semi-final of the FA Cup, are we going to go for a third time lucky? Well, it certainly looks that way. We were 3-1 down in the game. And we've sort of just kind of almost figured it out a little bit, the way that City want to work the chances, but also at the same time, figured out a way to break them down as well. Here is Matty Cash. Lovely work by him. And he's allowed forwards. Cash has got so much pace. He'll do this all day long. Cash looking for Brobby, who won't get there. But Ruben Dias will concede the throw. 3 minutes away from an FA Cup final. I don't know who it will be against, Forest or Cambridge. But right now, the stars are aligning for Aston Villa. Talbot! Talbot! Is it going to go across the line? It's not. It's cleared off the line. It's cleared off the line, and here comes City with Haaland to Herrera. Herrera for Manchester City. Forward to Gorey. Now Diego Carlos has to get there, and he does. What a tackle! What a tackle! Walker Peters. Oh, yes! Villa 4, City 3. The FA Cup final is here, finally. Cambridge and Forest is 1-1 at 90 minutes. Forest won on penalties. So we will play Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup final, my friends. From one semi-final to the other as we take on Atalanta away in Italy. The 2 lineups are on your screen. This is the first leg. We want to make sure we go back to England with an advantage. There just seems to be no stopping this Aston Villa side at this moment in time. Even when we defend so poorly, like we did against City, we somehow find a way to win the game. Will Atalanta be where we come unstuck? Here is Talisca. It's good work by Mark Gay, but then he wants to play his way out of defence, and that could be problematic. It is going to be problematic. We are so set in our ways of wanting to play our way out. I should have cleared the ball. I didn't clear the ball, and Benton Kerr makes us pay for that. I mean, yeah, it was poor decision-making from me, to be quite honest. So once again, I'm going to have to bail us out. My apologies. Shouldn't be looking to play out of defence there. I'm just so set in trying to do it. It's just how I've always done it. At least the bonus here tonight is that we do have 2 legs, right? So if this one goes not to plan, we've got another leg back at our place to fall back on. But early stages here, the passing has not been good, and Gersons is taking them forwards. Thuram's there with the challenge. Again, we'll look to play our way out. Sometimes it goes against us, as you've already seen, but sometimes it sets us up with a chance to go up the other end. Here is Szoboszlai, forwards to De Ketelaere. What a ball it was. De Ketelaere to Grealish. Grealish slots home 1-1. Straight away, back on level terms. And obviously the other side of that is that ultimate difficulty will punish you when you make mistakes. So there is that as well. Szoboszlai sliding in here. Ooh, that's not a good challenge. That will be a yellow card. I thought he could get to the ball first, and he wasn't able to do so. Benton Kerr, back heels. Gersons into the box. Talisca. I couldn't highlight the right player. It's 2-1. Ultimate is really hard sometimes. When they get the fast-flowing football, it's just too quick. And that's why they lead again. Look at this, back heels. And then here, I'm trying to highlight Reece James, not Mark Gay, who the game gave me. And then it's finished off. There's no chance Martinez can save it. It's too close. Straight underway then for the game as we're back out. Here is Watkins. De Ketelaire's tried to get through. De Ketelaere will get through. It's 2-2. Again, City all over again. Can't defend, but we can score. So there's that. Delightful little finish from Charles De Ketelaere, lifting it over Jan Sommer into the corner of the goal. 4 goals already in this one. City 2.0, it feels like, here in Italy. I'm trying my absolute hardest to not bottle this season. I'll say that right now. De Ketelaere, look at the space that Grealish is in here. Look at the space that Jack Grealish is in here. Grealish, what a save from Jan Sommer. How is there so many gaps in the defence? Szoboszlai to deliver the Aston Villa corner towards Mark Gay, who gets his header down. And it was narrowly wide of the corner of the goal. Piccoli out wide towards Gersons. Gersons up against Reece James. James has won it, and James can carry it forwards. Villa looking to break. Reece James, Szoboszlai to his right. Oh, Hermoso, how has he got there? It looked for certain like that ball was going to go through towards Dominic Szoboszlai, who was in a great position to take us forward further. That ball is intercepted by Ezri Konsa. Now Thuram to Watkins. Watkins, heavy touch. Gets slightly fortunate with the bounce of the ball. De Ketelaere now trying to get us in. Over the top for Thuram. Thuram to finish. Thuram will finish. 3-2 Villa. 5 goals in this one. If you like goals, you're going to like today's video. Let me say that. Twice behind, twice back on level terms. Now we're ahead for the first time on the night. 3-2 in Italy. Talisca to Piccoli. As we try to make the challenge, it's back the way of Talisca. Talisca's ball forwards, cut out by Reece James. Now Grealish once more. And there is the half-time whistle here in Italy. 5 goals in the first half. Here is Grealish. De Ketelaere in the middle. Grealish has picked out the ball instead to Szoboszlai. Atalanta caught out again. Szoboszlai off the line, but it trickles in. It's 4-2. It'll be an own goal for Evan Ndicka, who has no choice but to try and prevent the shot from Szoboszlai from going in. But he cannot sort out his feet quick enough, and it's come back off him, and it's ended up in the goal. Atalanta call out going forward. Szoboszlai has all the time in the world, should finish it initially. But it's so unfortunate for Evan Ndicka, who just can't quite clear the ball. Rice, forward for Grealish. Again, where have they gone? Where have they gone? Atalanta caught out once more. Szoboszlai, it's 5. Whoever's playing left midfield for them, they play with a 3 at the back, remember, has been caught out numerous times. When they haven't got the ball, they need to drop into a back 5. It's not happening like that. Szoboszlai again. So much space. So much space. I think Robin Gersons is the player supposedly playing sort of left mid, left wing back, if you will, but he's not back. He hasn't got into that back five. Maybe it's the speed at which Villa win back the ball. But all I know is that we are now 3 goals ahead. It's a good job we can score goals, isn't it? Because if I couldn't, then we'd be in real trouble. Is it going to be 6 here, by the way? Grealish, little ball roll, bit of composure. It's 6. It's 6. I don't know what is going on with Atalanta's defence. No idea. Not a clue. I don't care. We're 4 goals up in the game. Europa League final, here we come. Gay forward to De Ketelaere. De Ketelaire's got Grealish making the move. Sorry, it's Rice, in fact. Rice has got Grealish to his right. Jack Grealish has got Szoboszlai to his right. 7-2. 7-2. I don't know how we've been so poor defensively at times. Well, I do. It's my own mistake, so I apologise for that. But for what has felt quite tough in the run-up to this stage, that seemed really simple, a result against Atalanta. I don't know. Justus Oliver is ready to be promoted to the senior team. He's now 16. I'm not really focusing on the youth academy anymore because I know that the series is coming to a close pretty soon. So, yeah, I haven't got any scouts out at the moment. We travel to the London Stadium with an opportunity to retake top spots in the Premier League if we beat West Ham. In fact, a draw will take us back top, but of course we want the win. Cash's ball down the line for Ollie Watkins, who turns back inside, plays Grealish. Jack Grealish with the ball at his feet. He likes to operate like this, running at defenders. Grealish has run a long way here. West Ham have not closed him down. He's gone for goal. He's hit the inside of the post and the ball's gone back out. That's incredible. Grealish again is found. He'll now play the ball to Szoboszlai. A heavy touch invites the challenge though from Rom. And we were so close to an Aston Villa opener. It's West Ham corner right before the end of the half. Koke's over to take it. It's into a good area. Matty Cash gets his header down. And it's really close to a West Ham goal. The post saves Aston Villa. We made a double change at half-time to try and change the way this one was going, as we brought on Leon Bailey and also Douglas Luiz for Thuram and Brobby. And West Ham, as I said, the second part of that first half were the better side. Szoboszlai here, looking to get us through with Grealish under control. Jack Grealish makes his way into the penalty area, but can't find the shot, so we're forced back. Cash, now to Rice. Rice has the ball at his feet, out for Reece James. And they're doing a really good job of stopping us getting this ball into an area where we can look to shoot. Douglas Luiz towards Watkins. Lovely turn from Ollie Watkins. What a save from Areola. Right hand denies us. Was brilliant from Ollie Watkins to open up the yard of space to shoot. But then he's met with a fantastic save. Here is Rice. It is one-way traffic right now, and that is Aston Villa attacking. Douglas Luiz looking to lift it over into the box. Douglas Luiz gets in the way of Watkins! Ollie Watkins with another crucial goal in the colours of Aston Villa. He's done it again. Some might say the young song hero of the series. His goals propelled us in Season 1 to the Champions League. And every game, he writes his name in Aston Villa history once more. Ollie Watkins with a goal that will take us 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. In any moment now, we'll hear the full-time whistle. There it is. West Ham 0, Aston Villa 1 from the London Stadium. Ollie Watkins with a goal. And we retake top spots in the Premier League. Now, because we pretty much got the job done in leg 1, it means we can sim leg 2. If we somehow end up throwing it away with a 5-goal advantage on aggregate, we don't deserve to play in the Europa League final. So we should get through here. And after simming the game, not only do we end up beating them convincingly again. 4-1 victory this time over Atalanta. 11-3 on aggregate. That's crazy. I mean, we have so much talent in this Villa side, though, so I'm not really surprised. However, that is not a result that we'd have been hoping for. A 2-2 draw against Palace, and we only had 2 chances against us, and they scored them both. I'm not sure if that was our game in hand as well, the extra one that we had over United. If it was, it means we're only 4 points clear now, and we could take a look. It wasn't. So it does mean we're still top, and we have a game in hand. But that's not the result we'd have been hoping for from that game. To let you know as well, let me have a look at the Europa League draw and see who we'll face in the final. What I think I'm going to do is play the FA Cup and the Europa League final as their own episodes. Possibly. We'll see. Definitely the Europa League final. We'll play that as its own episode. We take on Red Bull Salzburg in the final. For the final game of today's episode, we have Everton at Goodison Park. I'll explain why this is the final game after we've played it. But we have to win this one. This is a crucial, crucial game here. And the side, we've had to make a few changes, but it's still a very good team that we've put out. So I expect us to win this one. Here is Townsend into the feet of Tony, who's tested Martinez after only a matter of minutes. And our captain, fantastic, is there to save us once more. Corner ball in. That's a brilliant header out. Now Grealish can take us forward. Ollie Watkins is the player with Jack Grealish at the moment. Watkins now has made the move. Grealish can look for the ball through. Blocked by Chao Enrique. In all honesty, that wasn't a good play from Aston Villa. That should have been a chance. Poor ball in the end by Grealish. Cash will intercept that ball there. As there's a goal at the Etihad, City are losing to Leeds. So that's a bit of a surprise result if it stays there, but we are still very early on, remember. Reece James over the top for Charles de Ketelaere, who's taken it well. De Ketelaere's efforts, beaten away by the goalkeeper. And as we try and put the pressure on again, it's fallen the way of Ollie Watkins, the ball, who can look to place it. Oh, Ollie Watkins! Need I say more, ladies and gentlemen? This guy! Honestly, I'm running out of superlatives to describe Ollie Watkins and how good he has been for us. It is a peach of a curler from Ollie Watkins to put us in front here at Goodison Park. Jordan Pickford, no chance. 1-0 Villa. Chao Enrique's ball forwards. Ivan Toney on the chase. Diego Carlos is over with him. Toney goes back the way of Hugo Giro, who's got it back to Ivan Toney. Toney into the penalty area of Villa. Chao Enrique now joining the attack. Thuram gets a touch, but it's not enough to take the ball away. And this is where, again, Aston Villa have to be so composed. And we're not quite. Villa, I tell you what, we owe this title charge all to our captain. Everton worked that so well there. They were so calm. And sometimes it just feels like there's very little you can do when they're knocking the ball around like that. It was wonderfully worked by Everton, who deserved an equaliser from it. However, we know why they didn't get that, and that is because of the man between the sticks for Aston Villa, who we spoke about Watkins' influence up in the attack, but we can't deny Martinez's influences in the goal as to why we have found success this season. Leon Bailey's effort, by the way, here, just wide. Second goal for Aston Villa, you feel, might be needed here. Jack Grealish with the ball over the top to De Ketelaere, who doesn't even let the ball bounce. Instead, with the right foot, takes the volley first time. And right on cue, Villa get their second. Watch this for a wonderful finish from Charles de Ketelaere. The technique is perfect. Oh, yes, de Ketelaere, what a goal. And Villa have their second. And that might just be that from Goodison Park. What a way, by the way, to score your first Premier League goal. That was de Ketelaere's first goal for Aston Villa in the Prem. And some goal it was as well, as Grealish is looking for the run of Matty Cash. He picks him out. Cash has made it 3. And that is all done here at Goodison Park. If you thought it was at 2, it certainly is at 3. Everton look beaten. Matty Cash in the goals again. I've just made 4 or 5 changes right there because following this game is the FA Cup final against Forest, and it is a matter of days, so I want to make sure players are fully fit for that. And with the job pretty much done here, we have essentially made all the substitutions that we can. Talbot to Rice. Declan Rice, ball towards Douglas Luiz, who's on with his first touch to try and score. And Jordan Pickford tips it round the post. Edgar, now to Onana. Ball forward to Chao Enrique. He's picked out Anthony Gordon. Kyle Walker-Peters is back to try and make the challenge on Gordon. And he's done so. Walker-Peters to take Villa forwards. Gordon's trying to redeem himself by going back to help out defensively, but Walker-Peters says see you later, and he plays the ball through to Leon Bailey. What a run that was by Kyle Walker-Peters. Leon Bailey to cut it back on the left foot. Pickford with a save. It's still there for Brown, though, to chip it back in, and they're not dealing with it. Everton, finally they clear away, but only as far as, again, Kyle Walker-Peters, whose header is loose. And Everton now have a chance to break, but Diego Carlos stops that happening. Anthony Gordon up against Kyle Walker-Peters. And since he's come on, Kyle Walker-Peters has won the battle between the two of them. Everton have tried to use Gordon to get them into the game, but Walker-Peters has had his number De Ketelaere finding Douglas Luiz, and that is full time from Goodison Park. Aston Villa 3, Everton 0, 4 points clear with 2 games to play. We might have the Premier League title in the very next video. So here is how it looks then. With 2 Premier League games to go, we're 4 points clear of Manchester United, who play West Ham before we play Liverpool. Man United have to win that game. So that's one to keep your eyes on, but it will be next episode. I'll explain why it'll be next episode right now, so we know we might have a Premier League title next video. But the reason that we are ending today's episode here is because our very next game is the FA Cup final against Forest. So we'll have the FA Cup final next video. If we win that, we'll get to lift the trophy. And then potentially we might even lift the Premier League as well in the very same episode. Then we'll play the Europa League final as its own episode, and then that'll take us into the next season, which will most likely be our final season, potentially. We'll see. But I just want to say a huge thank you for all of your support. I hope you don't mind the way I'm going to do this. I just don't want to throw all of the important games into one episode and have it like a super long video. I'd rather do it this way. It means you get to see more of the action, and also I plan on playing the FA Cup as longer halves. If you've been following the series, you know I play 3 minutes of halves usually, but because we're in finals, I'm going to play them as 5 or maybe even 6 minutes, so we get more of the game. That's the plan anyway. Until next time, stay safe everyone. Have a great day. Have a great evening. If you're new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. Activate the notification bell as well to make sure you never miss an upload. Like the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you all back here for another episode very, very soon. Until then, adios.